Alright, I'm getting started on mini box number 2 here. And let's go and take a look, see how long this takes here. I've been on this already for about half an hour. Got a bunch of the pieces cut up, and we'll see how long all this takes here. Alright, so this is going by a little bit quicker. I've got all my pieces now for all the sides here measured out. Got my template piece now for the long side here on these 8 tray spots, and I've already got the sides glued on here, and it only took about an hour and a half. So I'm going to finish getting these on and these cut up. Then it's going to be probably the next kind of hurdle for me here, and that will be making the new template here for the zombie, mummy, and skeleton, which I haven't done yet. And for the skeleton one, I want to see if I can get the negative space for the eye sockets and the nose. I feel like that's going to be huge for making it look, you know, like a skeleton. I'm going to try and accentuate the hair coming down off the zombie, maybe even it out a little bit to give him that, make it so he's distinct from the mummy, who I'm going to go and try and also give the extra out for his bandages. So maybe that'll work out with the stencil. We'll see. I might have to do a few test pieces to see how that works out. But things are going along well. So here's the method I've settled on so far that seems to be the right balance of giving me a very nice thing and also not taking too long. So all I'm doing is applying a thin bead and then kind of splaying it out of glue on the top of these panels that I've cut out for the size here. And then I just kind of set them off to the side, kind of try and even it up, make it as straight as I can. It doesn't have to be too much because I do have a little bit of wiggle room when I'm putting it in the box. But I then let that dry, and then I apply a thin layer of glue then on the inside of the box. On the area I'm going to put it on, I line it up, and then between using this and a little thinner in my hands, I then adhere them, trying to get it also where there's not too much overlap on the bottom, but you know, just I also don't want to try and get it exactly perfectly straight on there because, you know, especially with me kind of bending a little bit of the fabric on the end there, it's kind of hard to judge exactly how much I need to get it flush to the bottom. And since I'll be putting a bottom panel on top of it, it doesn't really matter, you know. And it also, it's almost kind of preferable that there's a little bit extra here because that then makes it so, you know, there's no gap. I don't want to look at it and then see wood. That's the idea, at least. But I'm going to finish applying glue to these side panels here, and then I'll be doing the same. Well, first I'm then going to actually apply all these, let them get on there and glued, because also that's the other thing. I measured these with the assumption that there's a little bit of fabric here on the sides. So it's basically, whenever you're making templates, do all the one direction, and then do all the other ones in the other direction, and apply them also in that order, and just kind of, so that way you make sure that everything meets up nicely. At least that's been my experience thus far. Alright, well, while I'm letting these dry, let's go ahead and work on these stencils. Alright, that should be the zombie one, which, yeah, that looks pretty distinct. Really, probably should have tried to figure out what I was going to do with the cutout sections, although the cutout shield for heroes, which I haven't even done that one yet. That was one of the first ones I tested out because that one I knew had the most detail. Like, I was worried about how much it would bleed. Alright. And again, just hold it in place. Well, let's try and avoid getting that all wet and sloppy here. Don't want to cover up any of that. Alright. Alright, let's go with there first. And this one's going to have to be a tape 4 sides. I do this one because those detail edges want to pop up, and that'll hold it in place a little bit better. So hopefully I won't have any bleed through, and those details will come through for the hair. It's kind of a big thing to definitely differentiate this visually from a glance from the Mummy, because these are the two that I was most worried about getting to look distinct from each other from their silhouette, because they're both just undead head with the mouth agape. Seems to be doing better than just dabbing like a madman. Alright, let's see what it looks like. Human. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, I can be a little more careful with it, but yep, that looks distinct. So, and little hair details. I mean, bled a little bit on that one, but I mean, I'm not expecting perfection, but yeah, you can definitely tell which one's a zombie and which one's the mummy from that. Alright, Mr. Skeleton. So to get that, I need to keep the nose and everything else connected, which means I need to kind of make it connect. I want it to be thin, but not too thin. There you go, you want it? It's not perfect, but hey, I think that turned out pretty well. I think that looks like a skull. Alright, well, that's 3 more stencils, and back to applying panels. Ugh, like I'm a rookie, completely forgot, because I did it over here, but I need to make some of these panels a little bit different because I don't want them going all the way up there like that. They need to, you know, have a little divot cut out of them. Alright, so I have now gotten all of these side wall pieces in, and I'm going to go ahead and let that dry here for a bit. But I'm going to go ahead and cut out the bottom pieces. So these four here are the same size, and these four here are the same size. I don't think any of my other template pieces are going to fit these, but hopefully they do. But we're making pretty good progress, and I'm very happy with how this box looks. And there we go. I mean, damn if that doesn't look nice. But also, damn if that wasn't a lot of time. Alright, well, probably gonna have to at least take a few days break, so who knows when I'm gonna get this finished. Because that's only 2 out of 3 small trays, and then there's the 3 large trays left, which, you know what? Ironically, I think the large trays might, well, one of the large trays should be shorter, because it's just big sections. It's not all this little work. And I'm hoping this third mini tray that a lot of my template pieces, some of them work, because so far nothing has been a carryover, so I have not been able to save any labor as far as trying to figure out the sizing and everything else. I'm just gonna relish for a moment here, and this one's at least completeness.